My name is Darren Priest, and I went from a complete novice to a massive influencer in my niche. I get up to 100,000 visitors a month to my website. It has allowed me financial independence and autonomy in my life, and I know if I can do it, you can do it too.
Darren Priest is a terrific example of how the simple decision of choosing to work with Solo Build It can positively impact your life, creating new business ideas and ultimately leading to financial independence. Hello, I'm Paul Buckingham, roving ambassador for Solo Build It. Darren first found Solo Build It when he was looking for a way to expand his mobile auto detailing business online, looking for new clients throughout California. Not only did he create autofetishdetail.com to find ongoing clients, but then developed bestauto-detailing-tips.com, the foundation of a brand new online business. His ever-increasing profile generates about $10,000 a month just from the websites. Plus, his ongoing increasing profile has now increased his status to influencer level in the auto detailing industry. That brings him thousands and thousands of extra dollars a month. How does he do it, and why does he say that you can do it too? Well, we'll find out in the first of two interviews, coming up right after this.
Prior to just getting married back in 1988, let's say a year before that, I had a full-time job, but it was not meeting the demands that I needed financially. So I thought, hey, I will just get a second hustle, a second job. I saw this listing that said auto detailers wanted, no experience necessary, will change, mobile routes all over Southern California. So in my travels, I would see these guys set up in a parking lot in front of a business, and they'd be working on cars. And so I knew what mobile detailing was. I knew I liked cars. I knew I grew up mostly working with my hands as a blue-collar worker. And so when I saw that ad, the fact that it said you don't need an experience, they will train you. And because I've always been very entrepreneurial, I thought, okay, maybe I could experiment with it, see what I think, learn how to do it, and then go off on my own and do it on my own. But it was intended just literally a way to make extra income rather than getting a traditional like office job that just doesn't work for my personality anyways. So that was the incentive, was making more money.
Well, let's cut to the chase then. How is it that you even started to think about the internet? Because clearly you had a business that was getting going. I presume you had referrals, you were advertising, it all worked. Why on earth get involved in something new like the internet?
I knew that because it's so physically demanding that my body would obviously get progressively older and decrepit. It would not be able to sustain itself. So I was always looking for other revenues or avenues to meet the demands of my needs, but then also fulfill this big, healthy list of wants. So I was always trying different things, but it was a successful business. So I used the internet originally, and I started researching internet marketing. But this is long before I thought, hey, I need a website dedicated to my business.
So Darren, your first website was autofetishdetail.com. Was that the first site that you created with Solo Build It, or had you created something else and experimented and played around?
No, that was the very first site. But with that said, I wish I could remember how I originally found Solo Build It. I can't. I just know that when I found it and I started digging into it to do my research and pulling the layers of the onion back and knowing, okay, I need a website. Who am I going to use? They had plenty of advertising as to all these slick, easy ways to build a website yourself and do it yourself. And they used to talk about the search engine optimization, and it's overloading my circuit board, but yet I know I have to do it. So I just had to dig in and I started doing research. And the more I found out about Solo Build It, it's just like the heavens opened up more and more and more, and the light shone down. I thought, oh my gosh, I think literally this is designed with a guy like me that is seriously challenged to take me by the hand, walk me through the process. If I'm willing to put in the work, I can get the results. And so once I got to that point, it's like, oh yes, I am pulling the trigger on this one.
So Darren, what was the purpose of the first website that you created?
It was simply to drive traffic to my detailing services, meaning it was as basic as that. I just wanted to make sure I kept the business coming in.
Right. And was there any cost involved in getting that traffic, or was it all free traffic? Did you still do any advertising of any sort?
I did no advertising of any sort. So if you say cost, the cost of Solo Build It would have been the only cost. And then you have the soft cost, which is my time to build it. But no, I did no other marketing.
Right. So what was unique about the Solo Build It package, if you like, that sort of made sense of all the craziness that you were experiencing when you just searched the internet for information?
Yeah, I'm only smiling because if people really knew how challenged I was with technology and to what I've been able to learn, and I can't give more. How about this? I can't give enough credit to Solo Build It. And specifically, it's the tools that they have. So that my biggest two favorite tools are the action guide and then the keyword brainstorm it. So those are the two biggest tools. So the action guide initially was the big selling point for me, where I saw that literally in cartoon format, for lack of a better description, that it was so simplistic and not to the point of being silly or trivial, but so simplistic that a guy like me that is this challenged with technology, it's like, oh my gosh, they map it out so precisely. Day one, this is what you do. Day two, this is what you do. Day three, and you can go at your own pace, which was also very appealing because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to run a business now simultaneously, try to build a website. Is that going to be realistic? And they said you can go as quickly as you want, as slowly as you want. But it's like, oh my gosh, they literally would take you, metaphorically speaking, by the hand, walk you through the process, and it was just a godsend.
Right. So did it mean that you were able to expand the business, or did you remain as a one-person operator?
Because once again, I was always looking for an exit strategy out of the hands-on. I was not interested in expanding with employees in a shop. So the amount of business that I got was substantial, but more, and I could say more importantly, was that now because you have enough business, and even though I had helpers with me that would travel with me from car to car, now I get to cherry pick all the best customers. So I literally could find the ideal customers because I had enough traffic coming in, enough phone calls coming in, where I literally could turn work down because I realized, okay, sorry, but you're not the perfect customer. Of course, that's not what I said to them. I just would inflate my prices enough. Basically, I've always kind of bragged where I give myself a raise every year because the more relevant that your website becomes, the more of an audience that is driven to your website. And so you literally can cherry pick and find those perfect customers.
So really what it did is it gave you a complete branding position of being a point of major difference.
Yes, that's well stated. Yes, branding, and the price point, which is, okay, this guy has a website. Clearly, he's more professional than a guy that doesn't have a website. You can talk to people, meaning as they're doing the research, they read about you on your website, and that's where you start building that rapport, that trust. And those people generally are willing to pay more for services. And so if you can If you can deliver at that level, it's one thing. But if you can't find customers that are willing to value that and pay for it, or that can afford it, then it doesn't matter if you can deliver it. So I knew I could deliver it. Now, how do I find those customers that are willing to pay for it and that place a value on it? And that's one of the unique values of having a website.
So you have the auto fetish detailing side, plus you also have a detailing tips side. Can you explain to me what motivated you to create the site and what the difference is between the two?
The simple answer would be to leverage my experience and skill sets and deliver it to people that were searching for information online in the niche of auto detailing, cosmetic car care, which is a very massive market. So how do I take these decades of experience and translate that into money using the internet, which has then led me to develop and get a second website through Solo Build It, which is bestautodetailingtips.com.
You're really talking about transitioning from being a hands-on person to being a content provider, aren't you?
Yes. And even further is now what this new terminology as an influencer in this niche of auto detailing. Hey, party people, I'm here with Sam Buffer. And I think I've asked you this before, Sam.
Yes.
But could you go by two monikers? Content provider, a very trusted resource for the world of cosmetic car care, auto detailing, which then bleeds into more and more opportunities. So the tools that Solo Build It provide me allowed me to grow my influence bigger and bigger, broader and broader, wider and wider. And so the more influence you have, the more expansive your reach is, the more opportunities that are presented to you.
Darren's main site, Best Auto Detailing Tips, generates about 100,000 visitors a month. His original site, Auto Fetish Detail, generates about 15,000, focusing specifically on the local marketing aspect of his business. And this traffic is all before the subscribers he has from his YouTube channel. Currently, he has over 90,000 subscribers, and we'll be covering how he works with YouTube and the impact it's had on his business in the second interview following this. To find out when it's released, simply subscribe just below this video here, and then also press the little bell button that will show up straight after that. That way, you'll know immediately as soon as it's released. Meanwhile, back to the Solo Build It websites that took his mobile auto detailing business online, it's critical to point out that the well over 100,000 visitors he gets a month combined from both sites is completely free organic traffic from Google and the other search engines as a result of the search inquiries the people who are making about auto detailing. He achieved this result by combining his passion about auto detailing with the rock-solid education and technical support provided by Solo Build It. I continued the interview by asking him, are you able to quantify for the online business itself how much income it generates and what sources you actually have beyond the influencer role that you might play?
So there's many ways you can generate income and monetize off your websites. So I essentially have three specific ways. My main source for my websites is being an affiliate with Amazon. And the cool thing about Amazon, despite anyone's opinion of that big gorilla in the world, is that when people go to Amazon, and one of my favorite sayings is that no one is better at separating people from their money than Amazon. Let's say someone bought a brand new car. They want to learn how to take care of the brand new leather in their brand new car. So they find my website on car leather upholstery cleaning or car leather upholstery conditioner. So they find my website. Well, then I recommend products, which then takes them to Amazon. So now they go shopping on Amazon. But the cool thing about Amazon is that I don't just get a commission every time they buy something on car-related products. I get a commission on every single thing that ends up in their shopping cart. So they may go there with the mindset of taking care of their car leather, but the next thing you know, they're buying a blender for the kitchen, they're buying some new shoes, they're buying some new LED lighting for the house, and now their shopping cart is filled with $1,000 worth of products, and I get a commission on all of it. It isn't just about cars. So that's one of the cool things about Amazon.
Yeah.
So as far as numbers go, you asked that specifically, the peak or the down, like with just Amazon, because like I said, there's three basic ways I monetize off my website. So if it was just Amazon, on the low months, it might be $2,500 per month. On the high months, it can go up to $6,000 per month. And that's Amazon only.
Are there any other like embedded income streams that live on the site permanently? AdSense from Google, maybe, other things?
Yes, AdSense would be another additional source. So Google puts little ads on my website. So each page has a place that I've allowed them to implant ads. When people click on that, I get a little percentage of it. But then the third income, which is all over the board, because that comes in the form of sponsorships, endorsements, product branding, that type of stuff. So that's more of a tangible thing, like, oh, Darren, will you make a video for us? Darren, will you put this product on your website? Darren, will you do a review for us? So those would be the three main income resources.
So as we approach the end of this interview, Darren, for somebody that's listening, you really covered a huge range, of subject areas, and really covered and got into the nitty-gritty of the impact that a really successful online business can have on somebody's life. I mean, we're talking about transforming your life, your role, your abilities to be able to operate and to function and to be financially free. For somebody that's watching this right now and going, well, should I or shouldn't I? Do you have any really key lessons that you've learned that you'd like them to know?
Yeah, it would be two. One, just do it, not to steal Nike's branding, but just do it. Literally just do it. You know why? Because you just don't know what's going to happen. So even if you decide after 6 months you don't want to do it, at least you tried it. Because if you don't take some kind of action, nothing happens. Good or bad, nothing happens. If nothing happens, you have nothing to react to or respond to. So just do it. I wish I had done it years earlier, just like YouTube. I wish I had done it years earlier. So I sat on the fence, toying with the idea, letting all the fears enter into the world. So just accept it's going to be work. It's going to be fearful based on your personality and what you're trying to do, but just do it. And then secondly, I cannot emphasize this enough. If you're a total beginner, you will not be asking the right questions. So as a total beginner back in the day that did not know how to ask the right questions myself, but I did enough due diligence, and I can't emphasize enough how fortunate I was to find Solo Build It, because they have the tools. They have the tools that if you are willing to combine that with your hard work, you can go as far as you want. The problem is you combine your hard work with the wrong tools or a platform that doesn't have the tools, never mind the wrong tools, and you apply all that work into it, you're going to be severely disappointed. So those would be my two things. Just do it, and absolutely Solo Build It.